What is going on, everybody? Welcome back to the channel. After Sound here, bringing you Splinterlands content every single day. We also stream right here on this channel every Tuesday, Thursday, and Sunday morning, so come by and say hello. All right, guys, I put out a video, I guess a part one technically of this, or this will be the part two, where I was essentially making the thesis or stating the thesis that the flywheel will just not be enough to really move the price of SPS. We are going to need direct demand. And one of the things that I wanted to follow up on was there was a comment asking me to calculate it at 3 cents, right? So SPS is roughly around 3 cents right now. It's 2.8 cents. I was doing the calculation for how much DEC we would be minting if SPS were to be at $1. But in order to answer that question for Robert, I believe I will go ahead and do it at 3 cents. In fact, we'll even be, we'll be generous. We'll say at 3 cents, even though we're not at 3 cents. So here's the deal, right? We are, if you have 1 million SPS being minted per day, times that by 3 cents. So that's 30,000 USD in terms of value. Now you divide that by the amount, if you were to burn it, right, for DEC. And again, these are just rough numbers, but it's going to be relatively close. Divide it by 0.001 with DEC at peg. Obviously we're not quite at peg, but again, we're playing fast and loose with the rules. That means that we would be printing or minting 30 million DEC per day in terms of the amount of SPS that is dropping. So obviously that's not the 1 billion when we were at, when SPS was at $1. It's only 30 million. But as you can see here, we don't really burn a lot of DEC as it is right now. You can see over the last couple of days, because of all the land hype, we've been burning a lot more. But over the past day, we're under 6 million. And usually we're at like, a little bit over 1 million per day. So if we are minting, right, enough SPS that's burnable to create 30 million more SPS per day, yet we're only using a fraction of that, right? We're only burning a fraction of that. Well, then all that SPS just becomes extra, right? Now, I'm not saying that there won't be some buy pressure, but I'm just saying in terms of like really moving the price, I do think that we need more direct demand. And in that video, the previous one, I was talking about things like SPS staking rewards, things like the Ruse promo, other different outside the box ideas that we can have. Now, I'm sure part of the criticism for this is going to say, well, you need to factor in how much DEC land is going to burn. And you're absolutely right. Land is going to burn a ton. So let's do, and we'll talk about land phase 1 as well as land phase 1.5 as well as land phase 2, right? Hopefully that will all come out within the next 12 months. So by April of 2024, which should be around the time of the Bitcoin halving. But hopefully we will have that much SPS or that much DEC sinks in terms of like land being implemented. My only counter to this before we get into the numbers is, well, if land, I don't think that all land is going to be utilized to the maximum amount, right? So the whole like 50,000 DEC per plot with max monsters, I don't think that we're actually going to get there. Not, at least not right away. So here's what we're looking at, right? But if we make that assumption of like the 7.5 billion DEC that's going to be required, and the quick math for that is you have 150,000 land plots times, I think it's 50,000 per land plot, right? Yeah, so there you go. 7.5 billion DEC just to stake on there. Now, will there be burning as well? Yes, that'll probably come in land phase 2. But again, I'm kind of pushing this out for a year. So now we take the 7.5 million or 7.5 billion, and let's divide it by the 30 million that we'd be printing per day with SPS at roughly 3 cents. Okay, well, now we have 250 days worth of SPS. So multiply that by the 1 million SPS that we are getting, and that's 250 million SPS that we will be burning. Whoa, that's a lot, right? That's a heck of a lot because we're minting only 1 million SPS per day. We only have about 1 billion SPS, and that is roughly 25% of the current supply. Now here's the thing though, with the amount staked, when you're looking at what's liquid, and obviously that even includes what's in the DAO, it's more than half. So yes, is there a significant potential to burn a lot there? Absolutely. Absolutely. But it's not happening today. It's going to be happening over the next year. And when you think about how much SPS is getting minted per day, and then extrapolate that, right, 1 million over the next year, well, if we burn 250 million SPS and SPS stays at 3 cents, right? Again, I'm just saying we're going to burn 250 million SPS over the next year, but we're also going to print 365 million. So it's still a net positive, and SPS dilution is still going up. Now, how did I get to 365 million? Well, we're minting 1 million a day, and there's 365 days in a year. So again, we're fighting highly inflationary or highly dilutive forces here with SPS still, but I do think, and here's the thing, we're making all these calculations with SPS at 3 cents. The moment SPS goes up to 4 cents, 5 cents, even 6 cents, right? Let's say we jump from 3 cents to 6 cents at some point this year. Well, boom, all of a sudden we're only burning 125 million, yet we're still printing 365 million over the next year. So you get what I'm saying? Like, the higher it goes up, the less of an impact it makes. Now, again, I'm not saying this to be bearish. I'm saying this to be realistic on where I think the true pulls for SPS are going to be, and where I'm hoping we will have them be, right? So we want people to be staking as much SPS as possible. We want people to be buying as much SPS as possible, and not just for the flywheel. The flywheel is going to create its own demand, which is going to be great. It's going to be this ongoing demand. We have all these DEC burn mechanisms now with extra energy, with the market listing fee, and hopefully with guilds and all this stuff. But my point with this is we want more direct. Like, we want there to be more direct pull, right? More direct reasons to buy SPS, to hold SPS, and specifically to stake SPS. I think having these two things in combination is going to be crucial, and actually could be awesome. But I'm not trying to, poo-poo the flywheel. I'm just saying that it's going to need some help, right? It's going to need something else to go along with it. And this is my reason why. It's because as the price of SPS goes up, the impact of burning for the flywheel dramatically decreases. So there will need to be another reason for people to hold SPS and to lock it up in staking or liquidity pools or whatever the case is. So this is my follow-up. Let me know your thoughts in the comments below. I know there's a lot of math, a lot of numbers thrown out there. Hopefully you were able to follow along. But I did it at 1 cent or $1, and we've done it now at 3 cents. And hopefully you can see that, in both sides, it's the flywheel is just not going to be enough. I'm still pumped for the flywheel, right? I'm still pumped for the flywheel, but I just think we're going to need to do more outside the box thinking in terms of promotions like Vroos or whatever else the SPS DAO can come up with, or people voting within the DAO can come up with. So let me know your thoughts in the comments below. I'll catch you all in the next video and see you around the game. Take care.